In this video, we're going to show you how to fill out the campuses and major section of the UC application. So once you go to this section, the very first thing you have to do is read about the UC values. And once you've done that, you want to make sure that you acknowledge that you value and agree these guiding principles. Next, you'll see the information that you put in when you created your account. So you just want to verify that everything is correct and that you have, again, applied for the correct term, that you did indicate you were a transfer student, and that you did mark junior level transfer. Next, you will choose the UC campuses to which you plan to apply. Please note that each application costs $70 if you are a resident, $80 if you are an international student. So what you will see is that as you add additional campuses, the amount here will fluctuate either up or down depending on whether you add or remove a campus. If you got the fee waiver based on the income information that you provided, you would actually see that here. And if you did get the fee waiver, it's good to apply for up to 4 campuses. So once you select the campuses to which you plan to apply, you want to save. And then here you are actually going to go in and select the majors to which you plan to apply. You will notice that most of the UC campuses do provide the option to select an alternate major. So here you'll note Berkeley does not, so you cannot select an alternate major. However, in the event that a school does offer that option, this is a way to be considered for a second choice major if you are not admitted to your primary or your first choice. Please note, however, that if your alternate major is one that does require major prep, you still want to make sure that you have that completed so that you're competitive for that major if you are being considered for it. Now, how you'll go about selecting a major, just to show you, is you will see you have the option to typically select by the college the major is housed in or by the category or like the field it's in. So you can choose how you search for it. Sometimes it's easier than for others, but you can kind of use the different options and search. Once you find your major, you will select it here. And then if you do decide that you want to add an alternate major, you would just select that major as your alternate. Okay. Please note that also, if you plan to apply to UC San Diego, they do have a 7-college system there. And so what you will be asked to do for San Diego is you will have to rank the colleges where you put the ones you prefer most at the top. So that will be used to determine where they assign you should you be offered admission there. If you want to see what the differences are between the colleges, you can click on this link here and you will be able to see more information about kind of what each college's focus is, how your GE kind of transfers over, and then you can kind of decide from there. The one thing I will note is that if you like to do science and math, you may actually enjoy Revelle College because you will have to do additional math and science there. However, if you do not, you might want to rank them lower on the list to avoid having to do that additional math and science. And as always, you have the opportunity to review everything that you put into this section. So you just want to make sure that you did select all the correct majors. And then once you've done that, you can move on. So in our next video, we'll be talking about how to fill out the academic history section of your application.